Now that we have done the first pivot table, what you do is you just click outside and the pivot table menu goes away. Okay, if you click in the pivot table, it will come out again. Alright, so the second pivot table is this one, which shows the program, the diploma program first, and then there is a gender breakdown or count. Alright, so this is slightly more complicated. So for pivot table, again, put your cursor on a blank space. Make sure there is space to accommodate the pivot table. Okay, and let us insert the pivot table now. So go to insert, and on the left, the top left, pivot table now is out there. Okay, so click on pivot table. So under the range selection, go back to your student data, and remember we're going to highlight all 500 student data, including the top header row. And from the previous example, we realized that it takes very long. One neat trick is to let's zoom out. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, it will save us time. Okay, so just to zoom out like that, and we will be able to select that faster. Okay, so let's do the pivot table inserting again. So on a blank space, insert pivot table, and then here we're going to select the range. Alright, so from student ID, out of these and down. Now it's much faster when you zoom out. Alright, so up to here, and we've got the last one, then OK. Alright, so what we are seeing, let's pull the view so that we can see this. So we want these, which is our diploma programs. Okay, so I'm just going to tick program. Once I tick program, you see the aerospace, avionics, and so on. All the list of programs come out, and then next you want the female and male gender breakdown there. Okay, and so if you were to just tick gender, you find that it doesn't quite display as what we expect. Okay, it will give you like labels under each aerospace, meaning that there are females and males. Okay, but that's not what we want. We actually want a counting of sort there. Okay, in fact it's a column of female and column of male. So what we do is we take the gender and we're going to pull it to the column here. Alright, column, and then what you find now is starting to look more like this. Let me zoom out a bit. It's starting to look more like this: female, male, and the grand total. The only thing is missing now is the counting of how many female and male and so on. Okay, so let's get the gender out. Okay, so the gender, we've already ticked it and we dragged it to the column. Now what we're going to do is we're going to drag the gender one more time into here, the values. Okay, and it's going to count, and from here we have the completed pivot table number 2. So just to repeat, we select the program to occupy the rows, we pull the gender to occupy the columns, and lastly we count the gender over here. Okay, click out and you will have this pivot table number 2.